Welcome to Story Orchard, where every tale grows into something unforgettable and every word helps you grow your English. Before we dive into today's story, tell me, do you enjoy listening with a cup of coffee or is tea your thing? Here, we don't just tell stories. We help you discover new words, improve your English, and take you right inside the world of the story. So get comfortable, relax, and let's begin today's journey together. Fame has always looked like a shining diamond from far away. It glitters, it sparkles, and it blinds the eyes of those who chase it. But like every diamond, fame has its cracks, its hidden scars that no one talks about until it's too late. The journey into fame usually begins innocently. A young dreamer standing in front of a mirror, imagining the applause of thousands, the flashing lights of cameras, and their names shining on billboards. At first, it feels like magic. A simple act of singing, acting, playing sports, or even posting a video online can suddenly transform an ordinary person into a star overnight. And with that rise comes the thrill, the rush of being recognized, the heart beating faster when strangers call your name as if they've known you forever. This early stage of fame is addictive. It feeds your ego and makes you believe that you are special, chosen, different from the rest. People smile wider when they see you. They laugh louder at your jokes. They hang on to your every word as if it were golden. And you begin to forget who you were before the spotlight found you. But slowly the trap begins to tighten because fame is not just applause. Fame is expectations. Fame is pressure. Fame is a monster that grows hungrier with every cheer. You start to realize that the love people give you is not truly for you, it's for the image they've built. Of you, the perfect version of you that never makes mistakes, never gets tired, never says the wrong thing. And if you ever slip, even for a moment, that same love turns into judgment, gossip, and hate. Think about the celebrities who once ruled the world, pop stars adored by millions, actors whose faces filled every magazine cover. Where are they now? Many faded away because the public moved on to the next shiny star. Fame doesn't stay loyal. It loves you one day and forgets you the next. And the scariest part is how it makes you dependent on it. You begin to crave the applause like a drug. Without it, life feels empty, meaningless, colorless. You post another picture, you chase another role, you release another song, not because you love it anymore, but because you fear being forgotten. And in this desperate chase, you lose balance. Relationships begin to break because your loved ones feel invisible beside your spotlight. Friends drift away because they no longer recognize the person you've become. Even your own reflection begins to look like a stranger because the smile you see is painted for the world, not for yourself. This is the first stage of the fame. Trap the rise, the addiction, and the beginning of the loss of self. Everyone sees the glitter, but no one sees the cracks forming beneath. The deeper you go into the world of fame, the darker the shadows become. At first you told yourself that you could handle it, that you were strong enough to carry the weight of expectations. But slowly you realize that fame doesn't just want your talent, it wants your soul. Every step outside your home feels like stepping onto a stage. Paparazzi hide in cars, fans chase you down the street, and strangers online dissect every word you post as if it were a holy scripture or a deadly sin. The trap tightens as you begin to live two lives, one for the public, polished, perfect, always smiling, and another one behind closed doors, lonely, exhausted, and sometimes broken. Many celebrities have confessed that the loudest place in the world is often the quiet of their own room, where after hours of adoration they sit in silence, realizing they have no one to truly talk to. Fame steals privacy like a thief in the night. It takes away the small joys ordinary people take for granted, walking in a park unnoticed, laughing at a cafe without phones recording you, or sharing secrets without fearing they'll end up as headlines tomorrow. And yet you can't walk away easily because the applause is intoxicating. It makes you feel alive, and when it's gone, you feel like you're dying. This is why so many stars fall into dangerous habits: drugs, alcohol, reckless behavior, anything to fill the empty silence when the crowd goes home. Look at history and you'll see the same pattern again and again. From classic Hollywood stars who drowned in the weight of fame to modern influencers who burn out before even reaching 30, the trap is universal and merciless. And money doesn't save you. Riches can buy luxury, but not peace. Mansions can't hug you when you're sad, expensive cars can't listen when you cry, and private jets can't replace a real friend. Fame tricks you into believing that the world is yours, but then it isolates you in golden cages where everyone wants a piece of you, but no one truly cares about you. You start noticing that people around you aren't there for love or loyalty, but for opportunities, connections, and status. And when the lights dim, so do their smiles. They vanish like smoke, leaving you colder than before. Fame's biggest trap is not just the pressure or the loneliness, it's the illusion that you can never be normal again. Once the world knows your name, there is no going back. Even when you try to quit, to disappear, the echoes of your fame haunt you. People will always remember you for what you were, not for who you were trying to become. The applause that once lifted you now chains you, reminding you that you're never free. And in this prison of attention, many stars begin to ask themselves, was the dream worth the cost? Was the shine worth the scars? And then comes the breaking point, the moment, when the fame trap shows its true face, raw and unforgiving. You've spent years chasing applause, shaping yourself into an image the world adores. But one day you wake up and realize you don't even recognize the person in the mirror anymore. The sparkle in your eyes is gone, replaced by fatigue and emptiness because you've given everything, your time, your privacy, your relationships, just to keep feeding the machine of fame. The world still claps, but deep inside you're drowning. Some stars reach a point where they lose everything, not because of lack of money, but because the fame that once gave them power has now consumed them entirely. Think about those we've lost too soon: singers, actors, influencers who seemed to have it all yet admitted in their final days that they felt trapped and alone. Their stories are warnings carved in gold, telling us that success without balance is destruction in disguise. But not everyone ends broken. Some learn to escape the trap. They pull back from the spotlight, set boundaries, and reclaim pieces of their humanity, showing that fame doesn't have to be a death sentence. The lesson hidden inside the glitter is simple yet powerful. Fame is a tool, not a purpose. It can build you, but it can also break you if you forget who you truly are. The applause fades, the lights go dark, but your soul remains so guarded fiercely. In the end, the real trap is not fame itself, but believing that fame is the only measure of your worth. The world might forget your name, but if you've lived with honesty, love, and peace, you've already won the game. So the next time you dream of fame, ask yourself, do you want the glory, or are you ready to pay the price? Because once you step inside the fame trap, the hardest thing in the world is finding your way out.